Alright, I'm Kat Hartliebe. I wanted to do an update for my formatting my paperbacks because they came in. So, Hartliebe Poems and Shorts and Of the Coming of the Moon. Of the Coming of the Moon, the cover turned out really nice. The binding's not there. And the back is just very basic. I'll probably want to put some more words on it. This one, the amount of words is good, all in all. But I don't like the cover. What I think I'm going to do is just take Happy Puppy's cover and use that. It won't say Happy Puppy on it, just like it won't say Non-Human Best Friend, because I switched out Happy Puppy's cover for Non-Human Best Friend. So I'll end up doing that instead for a cover. But that's not the only thing that so I opened it and I looked at it. And this hurts my eyes to read, so I'm going to increase the size of the font. And also, if you look up at the top as well as the bottom, they're a little too close. Actually, I don't know if the bottom's a little too close here. Oh, it's because I got Widow and Orphan Control. Oh my goodness, I gotta get off Widow and Orphan Control and then put a space between the top and the bottom. You can see how close that is. That is not very nice. I can do two things there. I can just make a space, which works out for me because it increases the size of the book. It's kind of thin, so it's fine. Increasing the size is going to add a couple pages too. Or I could change the font, and font could fix both problems as well. Because if the font is different from the header, then it's clearly different. So that's the options. I'm not completely happy with it, and I do need to go through it and do minor corrections and edits. Now that I have a paper copy, it's going to be easier for me to spot everything. I don't spot everything when it's a computer. That's why I don't like ebooks. So when I go through this and spot all the errors and fix them, I'll go back to the ebooks and fix them as well and do updates. Because, you know, that's what I do. And then on top of that, as I mentioned in my last formatting, I don't have any page numbers. So I'll be going through this, taking a red pen through it and making it better. But those are some corrections that I noticed are an issue. I wish I had a better camera or setup that I could actually show you. I didn't do the unboxing because it just came in a package together and I just opened it up. I'm very happy with the cover here. That says what I wanted to say because it is a Halloween kind of sort of collection of short stories and poems, and that is definitely falling the right zone, the right genre. It suits the genre. I do have a few corrections I need to make in here, whereas the font here is fine for me. I still have an issue with the header and footer, which is going to expand it a little bit, and I do want to fix a few things here, but there's nothing too problematic. If I were to publish this as is, it would look kind of poor quality. But it is a functioning book. I can give this to someone and they can read it and they can gain all the stuff from it. It's just, it's not to the standard that I want, and that's part of the reason why we do the proof copies. You do the proof copies to be like, is this the standard I want? And when it comes to poetry especially, you end up having a harder time handling it. So, like the poems that, like Living Tree goes on to the second page. Oh no, it doesn't. It is just long enough to fit on the page. That fills the page too much. So there's a few options that I can try to do. I could do like off-centered. So I'll probably cut down the spacing between them and off-center them so that there's pretty much no space between them, but they're off-centered so it looks right. Those little things that you won't necessarily do. That's a problem. It takes up too much space. Might as well get onto the second page. Because it's better to just use a second page and not have it overwhelm the one than it is to do two. Than it is to do whatever it's called. I don't know what I'm talking about. So these are in, and I did format it well enough to actually get books that look like books. They're just not to the level that I expect out of a book. And I know people don't expect much from a self-published work, especially since I don't have a special formatter or whatnot. I'm not spending money on any of that. I do not want to give out materials and books and stories and whatnot that don't reach at least a certain level. And right now they're not there. So I'm going to take a red pen to these books. You haven't seen that yet. I got them yesterday. And then I'm going to update and fix them and then publish them. I may end up getting proof copies again. May. Depends on how much I do. Considering how much work needs to be done to the Hartliebe poem and shorts, I'm going to get a new cover, especially. Covers have me proofing more than inside. Because when KDP goes through it, they give you this is what it will look like. And you can look over that and really get a good grasp of it. But when it comes to pictures, like the cover, or if you have any internal pictures, it doesn't necessarily show that. It doesn't translate as well when you're looking at a format copy on the computer compared to the one that you do in print. Remember, your formatted documents that you use for these turn into pictures. They turn into graphic. They're a PDF file more than anything else. That's why I give PDF files more than anything else when someone is asking for an ebook copy of one of my paperbacks. So you got to take into consideration that that's what's happening. So I am going to do this and upload it, and perhaps you'll see the new copy. All right?